create an easy, beautiful one-layered card using the silhouette technique and colorful, bold backgrounds using just a few tools. Hi, it's Colleen and welcome to Altenew's April release, Gardens Around the World video hop. So this is the card that I made on the blog hop for this new release, and this is the silhouette technique, which is the black stamping you see there against the colorful background. That's what we're going to do today, and these are the supplies that we're going to need, which are a few of them. First is Meadow Reflections. This is a new stamp set from the release. It is a 6x8 stamp set, and it's beautiful for silhouette stamping because most of the items on there are either solid color or close to solid color. So you'll see butterflies and foliage. There are a ton of sentiments that you can have a really good time with this stamp set. And I like to show the guide that Altenew includes with their stamps because they're really good at giving you ideas on how you can use your stamp set and coordinate them with some of the other stamp sets in the Altenew line. I really like how they do that. It gives you some wonderful inspiration that you can use over and over again for your stamps. So a few of the other supplies we're going to need today is an acrylic block, which is, this one is sized 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. A rectangle one of almost any size should do for this, but something around this size is probably your best bet. We're also going to need a spray water bottle for our technique today for our background. And then I'm using a smaller square acrylic block, 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 in size, because we're going to make two different techniques here today with our background. And then a whole bunch of Altenew crisp dye inks, guys. So pick your favorite dye inks that you love from Altenew and mix and match them because we're going to make some colorful backgrounds. You need the permanent black ink as well, white and black cardstock, and we're ready to make a card. So we're going to make that background first that you see in that sample card. I'm grabbing 3 Altenew crisp dye inks and I'm going to start putting the ink onto that larger acrylic block. Now you see that I use some different colors for my Altenew inks, and that's because I usually will go to color mood boards to pick out some color ideas just to get creative with it. So I'm inking this up pretty good, and then I'm going to go in with my spray water bottle and I'm going to saturate that ink color enough, not a lot, but just a few spritzes, and then I'm going to take it and go right over that white card panel, and I'm going to stamp the acrylic block with the ink on it onto that white card panel. I usually let it sit there a few minutes before I remove the ink to let it soak in. Now I'm going to do the same thing only with that little square block because I wanted you to see that you can take any of your acrylic blocks out and play with them and create a background pattern. It doesn't have to be just one solid acrylic block. Here I am creating 3 little squares that I am going to end up stamping my butterflies over from the stamp set. So get creative with your acrylic blocks. Now I'm going to go in one more time to create a third panel with 3 different colors. And these colors are probably a little more organic. You'll see that once I stamp them, and I actually love how they turned out. But I'm just adding all 3 of the colors on the block, then I spray it with the water bottle, and then I stamp that acrylic block onto my white card panel. These are all 3 of the panels that I ended up with, and they're beautiful because they're textured and they're distressed, and I love how that turns out. Isn't it pretty? So now it's time to do our silhouette stamping. I took the one card panel that had the 3 small square blocks on them, and then I added 3 of the butterflies from the Meadow Reflection stamp set, and I'm going to stamp them in permanent black ink. Now I'm going to have to stamp this several times to get a really solid color because I think I'm stamping right over that colored ink, so it's just taking a little bit more to get that solid black image, but the end result is beautiful. And that's basically what silhouette stamping is. You stamp your focal point in black over a bright background panel. And you use a bright background panel so that black just pops off the page. So I recommend that you use brighter colors for your background. Now I'm going in with a second design from that stamp set. There are a lot in there, guys. You will have so much fun with this stamp set. Doing the same thing that I did with the other stamp with the butterflies. Going in there a few times to stamp that baby up until I get a gorgeous, gorgeous image. And look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Now I'm doing that again with some other items from that same stamp set. I'm tongue twisted. And I'm just going to do the same thing I did before. While I'm stamping, I'm going to talk to you about the giveaway. There are $200 in giveaways for 8 lucky people with this video hop. So leave a comment on the Altenew video and on each of the designers videos for a chance to win. And I will list everyone in the description box. So now here are my finished cards. That was the original one from the blog hop. Here is the second one, and you can see I added some sentiments, and I added a lot of sentiments. I made good use of those sentiments in this metal reflection stamp set. Here's another one with a bit of a different background, and you can see how the colors make a huge difference. But I love how they all turned out, and this might be my absolute favorite. I love how that turned out with the little black squares. So make good use of your acrylic blocks and create some beautiful background panels and do some silhouette stamping today, guys. Have fun. I'm so glad that you joined me today. Good luck on the giveaway. I hope you visit everyone and leave them some love and get some inspiration from this brand new Altenew release. And you have yourself a wonderful day.